Bottle water, bottle water, bottle water, bottle water, bottle water. Every man's journey has a beginning. Some bright, others dark. But for Emeka, the path began in sorrow. He was just 12 when both his parents died in a car accident on the road to Enugu. Their small mud house in Nsukka, once filled with laughter, became quiet overnight. Neighbors pitied the boy who had no one left. Then his uncle, Boniface, a spare parts trader in Onitsha, arrived and promised to take him to the city. He said he would train him and make him a man. The villagers rejoiced, believing Emeka's future had been saved. But promises like smoke disappear faster than they are made. The city was nothing like the village. The air was different, heavy with the smell of dust, oil and roasted corn. Buses honked endlessly. Hawkers ran between cars, shouting for customers, and people moved in every direction. Emeka's heart raced as he followed his uncle through the crowd. He clutched his small bag tightly, afraid to lose the only possession he had: 2 shirts, an old pair of slippers, and his late mother's Bible. When they reached the house, a narrow face-me-I-face-you compound in Odoakpo, Emeka met his uncle's wife, Aunty Ngozi. From the first glance, she looked at him with contempt. Her lips curved into a forced smile, but her eyes were sharp and cold. "So this is the boy you brought from the village?" she said, wiping her hands on her wrapper. "He looks too weak for the market walk. I just hope he won't be eating like a goat here." Boniface only laughed. "Leave him, he will learn fast." That night, Emeka realized the word home no longer existed for him. Before dawn, she woke him up to fetch water from a far distance. By sunrise, he was already in the shop with his uncle, learning how to arrange car parts and speak to customers. He was barely 13. Months passed. Emeka worked with silent dedication, sweeping the shop, cleaning the shelves, and memorizing the names of car parts. He wanted to please his uncle, to earn love and a little respect. But whenever his uncle praised him, Aunty Ngozi's face tightened. One evening, she handed him a basin of pure water. "After you close from the shop, go to the motor park and sell these. If you don't finish, don't come home for food." Emeka hesitated, confused. He was exhausted after a long day of work, but he obeyed. That became his new routine. Work all day, then hawk in the evening, under the burning sun, calling out to passers-by, "Cold pure water! Bottle water! Bottle water!" His voice grew hoarse. His legs ached, but his heart held on. Whenever he returned home with unsold sachets, Aunty Ngozi would shout, insult him, and sometimes slap him. "You are useless. Even ordinary water you cannot sell." Still, Emeka endured in silence. Kindly support me by subscribing to my page, follow, like, and share. Thank you. One afternoon, a serious quarrel broke out in the house. Boniface had discovered that 2 expensive alternators were missing from his shop. His face was red with anger as he stormed into the room. "Who took my goods?" he shouted. "If I don't hear the truth today, I will call the police." Aunty Ngozi folded her arms dramatically. "My husband, I saw that boy near the store last night. I even warned him not to touch anything. He has been behaving suspiciously." Emeka froze in shock. "Uncle, that's not true. I swear I did not take anything." But Boniface didn't listen. He believed his wife without question. He beat the boy mercilessly that night and threw him out of the room. Emeka slept in the corridor, bruised and hungry. Tears rolled down his cheeks as mosquitoes buzzed around him. What he didn't know was that Auntie Ngozi herself had stolen the goods, sold them secretly, and used the money to buy new clothes. Years rolled by slowly, each day blending into the next. Emeka grew into a tall, lean young man, hardened by work and hunger. He became the first to open the shop each morning and the last to leave at night. He rarely laughed. The joy of childhood had been beaten out of him. While other apprentices were sent home after their training with money and goods, his uncle refused to settle him properly. When the long awaited day finally came, Boniface had handed him an envelope containing 10,000 naira and said coldly, "That is all I can give you. Use your sense." No ceremony, no celebration, just goodbye. Emeka walked away with trembling hands, tears threatening to fall. He rented a tiny one-room apartment in a run-down area near the market. The kind where walls were thin and the sound of one person's coughing would wake the entire building. He could have given up, but something inside him refused to die. Emeka began his own business with a wheelbarrow and a few car parts he bought from friendly importers on credit. Every morning, he wheeled his goods into the bustling Onitsha market, arranging them neatly with pride. Many traders mocked him. "After 8 years of apprenticeship, you are still pushing wheelbarrow?" One of them sneered. He would smile faintly and reply, "One day you will understand." The days were long and hot. The market noise was deafening, but Emeka endured it all. He survived one meal a day, sometimes sleeping without food, whispering prayers into the night. He often remembered his mother's words from long ago. "Never despise small beginnings, my son. Every great tree starts as a seed." Hi besties, if you have not subscribed to my page, kindly do follow, like and share. Please support your home girl. Thank you. One afternoon, the market was unusually quiet under the heavy sun when a shiny black Prado drove in. The traders turned their heads, murmuring as the car stopped near Emeka's corner. A tall, well-dressed man stepped out. Chief Ofo, one of the biggest transport company owners in the East. He was looking for a rare spare part, a Toyota Camry 2010 fuel pump. He had searched the entire market but found none. As he prepared to leave, his driver pointed toward a young man pushing a wheelbarrow. "Sir, that boy has some parts. Maybe he can help." Chief Ofo waved his hand. "Call him." Emeka approached nervously, wiping sweat from his brow. "Good afternoon, sir. You have a Camry 2010 fuel pump?" Chief Ofo asked. Emeka checked his box and carefully brought one out. "Yes, sir. Original Japan model." Chief examined it closely and smiled. "This is exactly what I've been looking for. How much?" They agreed on a price. Chief Ofo paid him and asked, "Where is your shop?" Emeka hesitated. "I don't have one yet, sir. I sell from my wheelbarrow." Chief Ofo studied him for a moment, then nodded slowly. "You are honest, and you know your goods. You are honest and you know your goods. Come to my office tomorrow morning. I might have a proposal for you." That night, Emeka couldn't sleep. His heart beat fast with both excitement and fear. He whispered a prayer before dawn, asking God for favor. Besties, what do you guys think? Could this be the turning point for Emeka or not? Let's watch out. When he arrived at Chief Ofo's office the next morning, he was amazed by the sight. Glass doors, tiled floors, employees dressed smartly. He felt small, but he gathered courage. Chief Ofo welcomed him warmly and asked him to share his story. Emeka spoke honestly about his parents' death, his years of apprenticeship, the maltreatment, and the dream that kept him going. When he finished, the older man leaned back in his chair and sighed deeply. I see myself in you. Hmm. I also started from the streets of this same Onitsha. From today, you will supply all spare parts for my company. I will give you the capital to start properly. Do not disappoint me. Emeka couldn't speak. He knelt on the floor and cried openly. The boy who once sold pure water under the sun now had his own destiny in his hands. Weeks passed, then months. Emeka's business grew rapidly. He rented a large shop, painted it bright blue, and named it EMK Motors, Original Parts Only. Customers came from far and near. His name spread across the market. Traders who once mocked him now greeted him with respect. Some whispered in amazement, "That's the same boy who used to push wheelbarrow." Others simply shook their heads and said, "Truly, nobody can block destiny. Destiny can only be delayed, but never be denied." Even Auntie Ngozi heard the news. She told neighbors proudly, "That boy is my husband's nephew. We raised him ourselves." Forgetting the nights she starved and beat him, Emeka said nothing. He had no time for bitterness. Life had already vindicated him. As his business expanded, Emeka met a young woman named Adora, the daughter of one of his customers. She was gentle, intelligent, and saw beyond his success. They fell in love slowly and their friendship grew into something pure. But just as peace began to feel in his life, the past returned. His uncle's business had collapsed and debts were piling up. Rumors spread that Boniface was planning to go beg Emeka for help, the same boy he once called a thief. And that is where faith begins another chapter. Wow. Guys, have you subscribed to my page yet? Have you followed? If not, kindly do so. It's totally free. Please support your homegirl. Emeka's journey reminds us that no matter how deep the pit is, great can still find you there. He was a boy who slept on bare floors, starved, and carried goods he didn't own. But the same boy now stands tall, a living proof that God does not forget those who keep believing. From hawking pure water to owning a shop that made tongues wag, Emeka's story is far from over. For every beginning has another beginning waiting inside it, just like an onion. This is From Grass to Grace, the story of a boy who refused to die in the dark. Thank you so much for watching my story to the end, besties. Please, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe to my page. If you have not followed, kindly follow and support your homegirl Zita. Thank you so much and see you in my next story. Bye.